Minister, in 2023, the Minns Labor government finally delivered teachers and paramedics a long overdue pay rise, touted as the biggest in a generation and certainly well deserved and long fought by their respective unions. When will nurses and midwives in New South Wales get a pay rise that reflects their skills and their value to the community, noting that last year their 4% pay rise was below inflation and so a pay cut in real terms?
Recent discussions with the nurses and midwives, they've made it clear that in their upcoming award, which essentially come into effect from 1 July, that's when they'll be up. Discussions will take place before then, obviously, that they will be looking for increases in salary. And I've got no doubt that's the case for most unions and their membership. So I understand the nurses will be looking at that and focusing on that over the next few months, and I, like every other minister in their portfolio, will engage with them on it.
Thank you, Minister. And I'm glad that you're engaged in those discussions with the Nurses and Midwives Association. Can you guarantee that at a minimum in the next budget, nurses will get a pay rise that's actually above inflation?
Well, that's outside my bailiwick. I'll leave that to my friend and colleague, the Treasurer. Him and I have enough robust discussions on things.
Do you know the base pay rate for a Queensland graduate nurse?
No, I don't have that.
Okay. It's about 15% higher than in New South Wales. Queensland also has ratios. Why would a graduate nurse choose to work in New South Wales?
I think it's one of the best systems in the world. There's obviously people who want to continue to work for New South Wales Health, and I think the professional development opportunities, the opportunities to get experience in tertiary hospitals, large regional and outer metro, as well as rural and remote hospitals is a unique one.
I understand that the Safe Staffing Task Force has reached an agreement for what's being referred to as Phase 1 of implementation of safe staffing levels regarding NHPPD wards, emergency departments and ICU, and that this agreement controversially includes assistants and nursing in the numbers. How many additional nurses are required to meet the implementation of Phase 1?
Well, it's multiple thousands. I mean, it's significant over the course of this the next 4 years. We had to save the 1,112 nurses. They were going to be scrapped, but I think it'll probably be about 2,500 nurses / midwives that we will need as a part of this phase or this reform that we're rolling out over this first term of government.
Last year's budget included $419.1 million to begin the introduction of safe staffing levels in public hospitals. I understand that was about 1,200 nurses and midwives. So given that the figures you've just quoted, I appreciate their approximations, but they're significantly higher than that. So do you commit that in the next budget, the implementation of Phase 1 of safe staffing levels will actually be fully funded?
Well, it'll continue. So over the course of between now and the next election will contain a component for the rollout of safe staffing reforms that will need approximately 2,500 odd nurses and midwives going forward. But every budget, this won't be done in a year, if that's what you're asking. It certainly won't be done in a year.
I just want to know if it's fully budgeted for the actual cost of implementation.
Yeah, it will be. There's no two ways that we know that this was an important reform.